emphasize. Nice. This would be like a very boring color on you, a bit more dramatic. Ready? No.
What if you don't like the results? Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. And today I'm doing something I want to do for a very long time. And for this I would need to go to Korea, but you know, I'm in Germany, in Düsseldorf. You know what? I found a person who can make me a Korean color analysis, which is so cool. So meet Christina, color analysis expert. And today we're gonna do obviously color analysis for me. And let's see if my colors any fitting me or what we're gonna see at the end. Do have some exciting questions I wanted to ask. I don't know that much about analysis. I saw it. It's really interesting. Really interested to learn more about all the aspects, all the colors, and can't wait for the result. But before the start, I would like Christina to introduce and just briefly tell us what we're gonna do today.
Yes, we're going to do a little deeper dive into Korean color analysis. So today we'll start with explaining a little bit what Korean color analysis is, the method behind it, what's also like the science behind it, why should we spend time on this, and then we're going to look at your styling goals. Styling goals is so important. When your stylist doesn't ask you what you want, what your goals are, that's a red flag. So some theory together, how could you incorporate the results? And then together in front of the mirror we'll do the color analysis with the drapes, the hair stencils, the jewelry, lips, everything, and then together we'll look at the results.
I can't wait to start. And actually keep watching till the end, because at the end we're also gonna have a quick Q&A session. So we're gonna answer this question which I know lots of people have, like what if your color analysis, you don't like the results, what do you do with this? Or if your favorite color doesn't suit you, what can you do? So stick to the end, we're gonna answer all of these questions.
Okay, so today we're doing Korean color analysis. So a little overview. So you said you already looked a little bit at it.
Yeah.
So these are the color seasons we're using. And so basically, sometimes there's a misunderstanding that some people think, oh, if it should turn out that you're a warm autumn, some people think you can only wear the colors in autumn. I know why you would think that, but yeah, basically every color season is a color palette. Color seasons, what do they mean? For example, in spring, all the colors are warm and light. In winter, all colors are cool and dark. You don't have to remember that. Your results will say so.
Yeah, I didn't check too much, but I know that winter, spring, autumn, summer. I really don't want to be summer or spring, to be honest. Okay. I feel more like dark or autumn or winter. I like the dark, but let's see. Maybe I'm so wrong.
And so why are we doing Korean color analysis and not the Western one? So the Western way of doing color analysis, basically looking at you, first of all, mostly at your hair and your eye color. Skin tone is like maybe more of a hint. It's just one part of many. Okay. And also it assumes that you have one skin tone. And I mean, we quickly realize that in different body parts have different colors. Yeah. It changes all the time. And also with hair and eye color, for you and me, when you look at us, it might make sense to think of it. But I mean, if you think about it for a second, you will realize most people in the world obviously have dark eyes and dark hair, so they would only be represented in like a few of these color seasons. But also like back to the theoretical roots, of course, if you match something to your hair color changes all the time. It turns gray with age. In the summer, our hair becomes lighter. Sometimes we like to dye our hair. Classic Western model, you would need to like have a new color season every time you dye your hair. And I mean, if you want to sell something, this is fantastic. But if you want to live a little bit more sustainable, this is actually maybe not the best way for you to go. This typical Western color analysis, but it was basically made to quickly type somebody. So you can just look at a person and say, oh, that's the color season. Okay, this is the right product for you. Yeah. And it doesn't need to be perfect, but it's supposed to be quick and much better than nothing.
And less personalized this way, yeah.
Yes. Korean color analysis, first of all, it's typical Asian, focusing on overall harmony. So basically not as much as this Western idea of fixing something, more of harmony, not distracting from you. We mostly look at the skin tone, basically. So hair and eye is like maybe a hint for us, but it's not as important. Luckily, this stays the same, even when we age, and even if you dye your hair, or in Asia, it's quite popular to use a colorful eye lenses.
That's so unexpected, because I thought that the hair plays so big role that if you go dark or white or something, that it changes your appearance. Interesting that focus is on the skin. Your
Yes.
skin relatively, I guess, doesn't change, well, drastically.
Yes, and you can tell how healthy somebody is, how well somebody slept, mostly from their skin. You can't tell that from their hair. And yes, your hair color you can alter, your skin not as easily. So we're doing Korean color analysis today. It's a bit more detailed, but it's also a bit more reliable, and the results last longer because it doesn't change. So you only have to do this once. This is why we're spending some time with this. So what are we going to look at? We're going to look mostly at your skin tone, as I said, but we're also, of course, taking into account your styling goals. We're going to look at your circumstances. Do you have to wear certain colors for work, for your hobby? Then usually we find like maybe 2 or 3 palettes sometimes that would like match our criteria. Even sometimes it's just one, then we're lucky. And then we're going to see, okay, like what underlines your character, and also what are your preferences, of course. If you say, well, Christina, these might be my results for Korean color analysis, but I don't like these at all.
Yeah, that's also one of my questions because, yeah,
I'm not the fashion police. I'm here to find what suits your life best. And if you realize, well, this Korean ideal of basically looking like a 90s rom-com main character, K-drama main character doesn't really fit you, of course we will do whatever suits you best. With that, it's important to me that there are no wrong colors. We hear that a lot on social media. However, well, every color has a certain effect on you, but it's up to you to decide which effect is useful to you. It's always your choice. We're looking at this Korean ideal of looking very harmonious, but of course, if you don't want to look harmonious one day, you can
breaking
also
the rules.
on purpose do exactly the opposite. I think a good example for this is Billie Eilish. If she was my client today, I would end up probably in the light spring area, not exactly like on this photo, but similar. And you see she looks really nice, very approachable, kind, and whereas how she's usually styled, you look at her and it's like, wow, she's really pale and her eyes are really blue.
Yeah, that's true.
Her eyes are really piercing, and you just don't really know where to look. And
the contrast is so big.
I mean, she wants to stay in your mind. Like, you know, it should be a bit haunting that you think about it more, and that really fits her art really well. As we already realized, she doesn't want to look pretty or harmonious or approachable here. Her goal is something completely different.
Yeah, it's totally different vibe.
Exactly. So that's a good example. And this is color order system according to Mansell. What's cool about this is that each of the color palettes we saw in the beginning is a 3D space in here.
Yeah.
And so, for example, when somebody has like a second best color season or something, then it's just a space they occupy in here. And this is also how, because it's in 3D, how it can be that you're not, that the 2 color seasons you have are maybe not next to each other on the circle we saw in the beginning, because it's actually in 3D. So this is what I will have in mind. I will play 3D chess on this model. But what is quite interesting are these 3 dimensions, because this is actually also how our brain can distinguish color. We'll spend some time looking at this, because of course in an ideal world, I will give you your color palette, and then you will just know what will suit you perfectly, and all your clothes will match with each other, and you'll only buy from your color palette. However, in reality, 3 to maybe 5 colors to choose from. Which one is the best, or maybe the least terrible one on you? That's usually the question. And of course, our wardrobes are already full. Let's look at this for a second. So the first one we're looking at is a hue. So what a child would say. Is it a yellow? Is it a red? Is it a green? Is it a blue? And basically how are yellow, blue and red mixed together. And most people have heard this. Color with lots of yellow in it is a warm color. A color with lots of blue in it is a cool color. Here we see a cool purple. Here we see a warm purple. Also, still fairly easy. The value is just another word for the lightness or the darkness of a color. So a very dark color is almost black. A very light color
is more white, I guess. Yeah.
Exactly. It's not rocket science. Sometimes what one tends to forget is the saturation. And usually when colors like bite each other and like really don't match, it's usually the brightness that's off. So a very bright color almost glows. It's almost neon. A very desaturated color, it's almost gray. It looks a little bit washed out.
Yeah, I think because they have more gray color.
Exactly. It looks gray because there's not enough pigment in them. There's like some relationship here. You see like a very muted color. It's usually lighter as well. And
that's true.
Things like that. Or blue is usually a darker color than yellow is usually quite a light color. So the first effect we're looking at is like fairly similar to this Western model. Do you have the color actually in your features, or is it completely different from you? This plays a little part. More importantly, I'm going to play with the skin undertone, especially with reflection. So when I put color now close to your face, it will reflect on your face. And now the interesting thing is our skin can reflect and absorb light. So basically, the color will reflect on your face, and your face will reflect it back or absorb some of it. And that's a little bit different for everyone. And this is why we have to do it in person, because we can't do it remotely. You would need the color directs for it. Figure out your goals and also to see, let's look at some questions. So first of all, do you have to dress a certain way for work or for your hobby?
No, I don't need to. I have a quite casual, but I prefer overall more elegant, sophisticated looks and in a dark colors, I guess, because I noticed in my eyes the beige is really tricky for me. So maybe today we can figure out what color of beige suits me more, because I feel like once I wear the beige t-shirt it kind of washed me out. So let's see, and I feel like more, you know, contrast, black, white, dark blues, that's at least for now. This is my colors, and also while I like the neutrals, I also feel like I tend to buy quite bright colors because once I wear them, well, I like them. I think it's just this pop of color, which is something different in your outfits. But overall, we're so open to experiment here.
Amazing. Have you done a color analysis before?
No, I only saw it on social media. I checked some YouTube, so I kind of know these 3 dimensions, but no, so that would be really exciting to see. I assume I'm somewhere in the autumn, but I might be so wrong, so that would be interesting to see.
And do you have a specific goal, a specific question, a specific occasion in mind?
No occasion, but yes, I have specific questions. You kind of answered it already with the hair, because I have this thing which I love blonde hair, and right now I'm not really blonde, but also blonde can be so different, and which one would be more harmonious would be really nice to know. Specific goal, I would say I would like to know more about the colors. How can I look better through them? How can I style them? And what to do if you like a color and it's not in a color palette, what you can do. Not just like, I don't care, I can wear it anyway, you can wear it anyway. But how can I make it better?
How can you wear it and also look fantastic?
Yes.
It's not an either or anymore.
Yes.
Amazing. We will definitely figure all of that out. We're going to do a little bit of Korean color psychology today.
Oh.
So you're at a party, maybe it's a networking event. With whom would you like to talk first of these groups?
First, I went to like 8, but to be honest, I feel like 9 is interesting. It's a mix. And also number 1 got my eye because I think it's the lightest one and it's just catch your eye.
What does your gut tell you?
If I need to choose one, I feel like 9.
Well, the Koreans would say serious.
Oh yeah, I get that all the time. You're so serious. Oh my. Okay, what another was?
All of these are Korean words that I just translated. So serious. It also means serious in our Western way of thinking about it, but it's also like a person who is, you know, and in the Western way we often think about it as somebody who maybe doesn't laugh often. So you're not somebody like, you're more like taking things seriously.
Yeah, I got that from my childhood. Yeah, it was so serious. Okay. Well, yeah. I like it. Well, I like this one as well. Strong also.
Down to earth.
Yeah,
dependable.
Yeah. But it's so interesting how this really speaks to me. Because the first one I'm a bit interesting as well. It does caught my eye, but I like tender. The first one is tender. Okay, unusual, but
Lovely. And the reason we're doing this is, first of all, it's lots of fun, and I learned to do it this way in Korea. But also, like the tiles you see, they correspond slightly with the drapes within the color scheme. For some reason, it usually works out that you pick one that is quite good for you, but not perfect. So we can learn together from the difference. So we can see together what effects might be on your face, and said, well, what do I do? How do I incorporate my color season in my wardrobe without having to buy a completely new wardrobe? Now that we know that there's a scientific element to color analysis, we can also combine that with like an amazing information that usually we only look at people's faces. So basically, think like the color of your shirt, if you wear scarves.
I think the scarves can be quite useful in this situation. Totally. If you want to just make it a bit more harmonious to your skin. Yeah.
Headbands and everything that's on your shoulder.
Whether it's the first part, I guess. Yeah.
Exactly. So basically, this part, whatever you can see on the Zoom. That's like a good.
So that's like also useful if you are on the Zoom.
and it's also like usually like this is the line you have to think about. Up here it's like very important.
Okay.
And then the further away it goes.
Then it's like important. on the bottom part you can have fun.
Yes, exactly, and also like all your accessories. So, for example, your bag, your shoes.
Well, yeah, you don't go it like that.
And then you just have to think about, well, how do these colors play together? So put something in your color season here, and then you could think about like, well, you could say monochromatic, so maybe stick with the blues, or if you want to go complementary, if I would wear something orange now.
Yeah, but basically this is based on the color theory.
This is all color theory, yes. And then before we start with the color analysis, let's look at makeup for a second. Of course, if you...
Good insight. Thing you can actually do and incorporate in your life easier is going to be easier with the more harmonious colors for you, instead of, obviously, you can color your hair wherever you want. You can apply tons of makeup every day. Are you sure you want to do that? With this information of your colors, you can also decide. It's really aligned with the goals which basically you set. That's good.
Definitely. What I usually do is when I run late in the mornings, I usually wear my color season, so I have to do less. So it was really interesting. You chose to begin with something in the autumn family. So warm colors, fairly saturated, fairly dark. Now we're going to go on a little bit of a discovery, which effects we will see on your face. Let's start. Look under your chin first, please. First of all, you see like a reflection here. You see, but it's a little bit like a yellow spot. Yeah, like a yellow spotlight.
Accent my jawline. I feel like I guess it's more
I wouldn't
like
say it's fat, but it's just like a yellow spotlight, and that also makes like the green in your veins come out a little bit. You see this?
Oh my.
Yes, and then you see it's like something. It's completely normal that we all have veins and they're all in the right places. But why would it be necessary for us to emphasize your veins? They're distracting from you right now. And this would be like...
so weird, but I see that.
Yes?
I see that.
Yeah, so this would be like a distraction from you, and we don't want that. We want to see you. We don't really care about your veins. Or here we see like some redness is emphasized. It's completely normal. Our chin is usually slightly more red than other parts of our face, but now it's emphasized. We see like a little bit of green around your mouth suddenly. You're somebody, you know, you have really good skin. You know, there are no pimples, no rosacea, no wrinkles. Our job today is really easy. We just have to find something that doesn't distract from you, and this would be a distraction. And we see when we're staying in this color palette, and now just look what changes. And we see, like, for example, the orange, it also reflects a lot from your face. You see, like, your whole face is like a little bit, you see, like, you're a little bit pale, a little bit waxy.
And more yellow, I feel like.
Yes, almost grayish. And now more orange is reflected. The green, again, lots of reflection. We see some veins. It looks a little bit grayish. Even here we see a vein popping up. You see?
Yeah.
It's not bad that we see a vein, but there's also like no need for it.
I don't like brown.
No, it's also... I like brown too. It's a pretty color. However, you see it also like makes you look a little bit grayish. Okay, let's do something quite different.
So looks like I'm not autumn.
At least not a true autumn, yes. We're still a little bit in our discovery phase. Now we're going to look at winter colors. So cooler colors, but still lots of saturation. And we see with the white, we see a little bit of the reflection here. And see, you're somebody, you have like a really sharp jawline and it almost disappears. So basically, like neck and face are like very, almost barely blended together. And lots of people don't like it. It's not
so this is the real, just a white color?
This is just a simple white.
And I always thought the white suits me so well. Like,
I mean, it's not bad. I mean,
I always felt like I feel more fresh. Okay.
And it's okay. I mean, it's just, you can see up here all of these effects we had, like veins popping out and everything. Doesn't matter really here. It's only that here's some definition is lost, but because you have like a really defined face, it's not, you know, you can afford it basically. You have like a little bit of a reflection here in this lower part of your face, but compared to what we see in like the true autumn, these are like already a lot slighter effects. Also compared to the autumn, we see that your lip color now looks really healthy, the white in your eyes looks really white, and also like we see less of the rings under your eyes. So let's continue. A little bit of reflection, some color, but it's very slight.
This one is beautiful.
Pretty. It gives you like, you see like the tiniest bit of shadows, like a little bit, also like even like next to your nose a little bit. Yes, exactly. It's a little bit mean for us women, because when this shadow becomes thick and short, it looks like we're doing this, and this is a micro expression for disgust. So you have a resting bitch face basically. It's like one of these things. It's one of these things. It's completely normal. We all have a nasolabial fold, but if it's short and thick, not a good facial expression. Nothing to worry about yet. But if you want to be like a little more authoritative, maybe like this is very pretty, and you can already tell like this color is starting to draw a little bit attention away from you. So it's not perfect, but it's like on the border of it's like it's still good enough, and it's like if you want to be a little bit more authoritative, and it's still a pretty color. It's really pretty, but we look first at the red and then on you. So the situation is probably a little bit too high for you. So it's like a very strong statement on you. So for like our ideal Korean harmonious picture, we wouldn't use this, but it's like really good for you to know as a stylist.
I agree, because I do like red more in accents now, because once I put it, I feel it's just overpowering me. So I don't really like to go for the red clothes. Okay,
no, this green won't be it. You see, it even gives you like green contouring here. And yeah, no, this is like a crazy reflection.
I don't know, for some reason I never really like greens, even though my eyes is greenish.
A bit, yes.
But yeah, no, that's like.
Exactly. But this, you know, we could use this as a good example to show what happens when you wear color further away from your face. So here we see like a super strong effect that we don't really like. It would distract from you. And now let's just focus on this area directly under your chin, and see when I move it away, you see we still see it, but it's weaker. So if it would be a bandeau top,
lighter,
still see it, and then if we go like the further away we go. So basically, this is why I say this is the area you should focus on, because this is where we start to see it more.
Oh yeah, it's crazy.
Fantastic. Okay, here we see the light blue is quite nice. Your eyes now look nice and light blue, but especially what we want to focus on more is that the white in your eyes looks white now. It's actually more important than the eye color, because how often do you remember somebody's eye color? But when the white in your eyes is white, it makes it really easy to read your facial expression, and it also looks really healthy. But what we don't like is this reflection here. Looks like you're cold, basically.
So not winter either.
Not winter either, no.
Let's
look at black.
I always wear a lot of black.
Yeah, black is amazing. So what it does, like you have this lovely sharp jawline, and it even emphasizes that a bit. It gives you like a little bit more lines. But the thing is, you're somebody, you don't really have wrinkles, so there's nothing it can really pull on. So you see, maybe it's like here like a tiny bit. But I feel like it's more like making you look like stricter, more elegant, like a bit more dramatic. So it might be something that with age you realize, oh, it might pull on some wrinkles, but as long as you don't really have wrinkles, yeah, you can still go with black. You're not somebody where you say like, oh, black is like a terrible color on you. Right now it just makes you look a bit stricter. So let's look at spring colors. Lena said she doesn't want to be a spring. See?
Well, let's see. Maybe I'm so wrong.
So under your chin, we see some reflection here already, right? Less than before, but we still see the reflection. We still see the veins pop out a little bit more, because now we have again yellow in here. We see them, and also like some redness.
Because the skin is a bit more greenish.
Yeah, it's green as well. It's like basically like you look more colorful. Like we see blue and green from veins. We see some redness on the skin, and all of these things are natural, but now they're very prominent. So it looks like you're a little bit more tired than you actually are. This reflects a lot, and you see how red suddenly your nose is. So lots of colors, but also paler lips. See, these are on the border to bright spring already. No.
So not me. I mean.
No, definitely not.
So green now.
And even look at your hair. Looks gray and green. This is like the closest ones to summer in here. And you see, we have a reflection here, but your skin now is much smoother because there's no yellow in this anymore.
So not spring. I guess then it means summer.
I mean, it's like the last main season we're looking at basically, and then we're looking at summer, and then we're going to see which one of these was the best one, and then we're seeing like, is it like a light summer, a soft summer, or something on the border like a light spring or a light autumn, something like this. So true summer. Let's see what happens. We see a little bit of a reflection.
A little bit, but much less than.
Everything looks more harmonious. This is also really pretty on you. You see just a slight reflection. We'll see if we can, like the skin looks really healthy, the white in your eyes looks white, your hair looks good. This is also really pretty. So this is already quite good. It's like we're seeing...
Looks like it might be summer.
Let's tweak this a little bit. Let's see if we take like the light summer, so we add a little bit more white to the summer colors. Is it not better or worse? This is actually not bad. We see a little bit of a reflection, but you still see, like, for example, the difference between your neck and your face, which disappeared with the white, but here we still have it. Here we see a little bit of reflection. It's a green now. See, like, some popping, but very slightly. Now we're really picky now. This is also really pretty. Slight reflection here, but up here we see like this little glow as well. Looks really
and that's
healthy.
very useful because it's basically a classical blue short situation.
Yes. Also very nice. We just see nothing that could distract from you, and this is exactly what we want, and it's very harmonious. And we're also like minimizing this little reflection here, and up here it's like fantastic. Very beautiful, very glowy. Love it when I see this glow, the healthy lip color, the healthy white in the eyes. Your skin tone, it just glides over itself. It's not when we compare it to like this color that looks really nice on you. To, for example, this one. There's lots is going on, lots of colors come out, and here it's just...
But I like this color. It's not exactly white, but it's not really far away from white, so you can use it as white basically.
Yes, yes. So Light Summer was already almost perfect on you. I'm
really surprised. I always thought that the dark color suits me so much better.
Yes. Okay, now we're looking at the Soft Summer. Will it be better when we decrease the saturation? Let's see. If we look under your chin, more muted, exactly. So these were light because there was white mixed into it, and they are light. So this is interesting. I like that too, because you see like how nice your skin still looks. We see a little bit more color, but more in terms of it makes you look lively.
Okay.
And we see have here a little bit more definition. It might be like a good second choice for you, actually. This is also really nice. I like this red on you. So
I think this color is really wearable for the office, and all summer would be great and easy to incorporate. It's not as bright and to your face than other colors.
I 100% agree. It also looks amazing on you. When you look at your skin, your tone's like fantastic. You still have this healthy glow. Let's see.
And this is... I like the color, it's gorgeous.
Yes, like a very desaturated red. It looks so pretty on you. And look at
the lips really popping in this.
It looks really elegant and makes you really shine.
Okay, the beige.
The beige, and you can tell it's probably not the best color for you in here, but it's also not the worst.
This one, I don't know, like I still feel like it's one with skin, but maybe I'm just not.
It's not perfect yet. It's not perfect yet, but it's definitely not a terrible beige. We can see, especially when we look at more with grays and everything, might be that some like a beige that's more gray might be better on you. This green is also pretty. Like I still think that the Light Summer was slightly better, but this is like a really good second option for you. Like all of these purples look really nice on you. So first, in the direction of Soft Summer, let's look at Soft Autumn, and we see colors come out again. So yeah, we can tell the Soft Summer was definitely better than the Soft Autumn. So we made sure that we're running. I showed you of like this color sphere, and you see also like this would be like a very boring color on you. It makes you disappear completely.
Yeah, that's what I always see with beige. It's unlost.
Let's double check whether the Light Summer was perfect or whether it was just because it's so light. And similar, we see some veins and some redness pop out, especially in this area, but also up here. But so we can tell the Light Summer was definitely better. This is not terrible, but... So this was the Light Summer pink. So Light Summer pink, light spring pink. And you can see here's some blue. Exactly. And here we have, so here's more blue, here's more yellow. Not terrible, but the other one was better, we can see. Yeah, so we made sure we're on the right track, and now let's look at some, we stick with cool colors, but now we look at very, very dark ones and very bright ones, just to make sure you've seen everything on yourself. So we're looking at dark winter colors. Okay, even the yellow in here is not great. Yeah, and here we can see. I love it. It's so pretty. I think it looks so elegant on Regal.
Oh, I like navy blue, dark blue.
So it wouldn't be like the perfect one for Korean color analyze, but I see why you like it, because it makes you look more. It makes you look very elegant, very business-like.
The serious one.
Yes, exactly. However, if you want to appear maybe a little bit older, a bit more serious, more authoritative, you could use that to your advantage. Yeah, for example, especially now with a very strong black, you see like this line and under your eyes, yes. And we just check whether there's an effect on your face or not. And you see here's hardly any. This is a little bit better. You see here you have more definition. And I mean, here's like the expert advice would be, please don't dye your hair dark gray. Then let's look at the blondes next. So we realized basically all the shades of gray you could have naturally look quite good on you. So that was reassuring. Not black, yeah, don't dye your hair black. This is an exaggerated version of your hair color, let's see. And actually I don't think it's bad. Let's see if we go a little bit lighter, because this was what you were thinking about. Still good, quite nice, like a nice medium blonde. Even lighter, still pretty.
I feel makes my face more fresh.
It does. I like this a lot, yes. And you see, it's not a bleach blonde that we think of when you think of dyeing your hair. This wouldn't be. Oh, but it's just slightly lighter. Cool. It's not warm either. So the thing is with hair color, I mean, we don't have blue pigment in our hair, so it's basically a cool hair color is just one with like very few yellow pigments in it. And you said you'd like to compare it with like a little bit warmer. No, let's go really red. You see it's like a little bit waxy, like almost grayish. Yeah. No, maybe not. Maybe not. maybe not, just for fun. Oh. Definitely not. Just for fun. Okay, this will be too dark. See, like immediately the eyes on your eyes.
I like it, but yeah.
They're just doing nothing for you. You just like look very blah with that.
We did the hair, now the makeup.
So we're starting with the lightest colors, and then we go from light to dark and from cool to warm. Maybe. Even better. This looks weird. Better. No, this is too purple. Too dark.
Too dark.
Perhaps. You're thinking, oh yeah, this looks quite harmonious. Could be like a good lip color. And this would be like a really like a statement lip. You only see like the lip color. Your face almost disappears. Yeah, I mean, if you want to do it intentionally, and this is all about what we're doing here, that it's intentional. Well, no, this is not good even intentionally.
It's like carrot on your face.
So this was really nice. This was really nice. This was really nice. Jewelry.
Oh, this might go wrong. This can go really wrong.
Let's look at gold versus silver, because everyone knows this test. So I think silver is a bit more harmonious and gold is a little bit more lively. We see more colors, so you know.
The results.
The result. Lena's best color palette was the light spring color palette. It was the one that distracted the least from her. You had this amazing glow, fantastic skin. So let's look at some examples together. So for example, Sabrina Carpenter is like a really good example. And like a really good trick is if you are a light season, so a light spring or a light summer, it always helps to wear something that's light reflective, like silk or satin, because light is light, and that makes the color itself look a little bit lighter. So this is like a good trick if you don't want to wear colors that are always super pastel-y. You can also trick a little bit with the material. So here we see like some shiny materials. Of course, sequins are like very in your face shiny. Pearls might look really good on you, and generally like really cool colors, medium saturation,
so very light. Cool colors. I thought I'm so warm with more yellow skin, and I prefer also the warm makeup, to be honest. More golden, and yeah, it feels like it's so wrong.
And we saw that when you wore something warm, immediately some veins came out on your skin.
Yeah, the yellow is just.
Yeah. So
cool, medium saturation, light,
exactly.
Low contrast. Okay.
Yeah, that's some people like to have like this contrast as like extra information. I don't think you necessarily need it. Some people are confused by it, but because some people like it, it's low contrast basically. We saw light grays also looked really nice on you, and here we see like gray. Like it could be like a satin blouse or a silk blouse, and it's still something you can incorporate easily into like your office wear. It doesn't have to be sequins, can be satin. The lilac that looked really pretty on you. The very light blue. So for Lena, there was like a really close second best one, which was the soft summer, and that is because these colors are still cool and because their saturation is so low they also appear fairly light. This was also very flattering on you. We saw a little bit more colors coming out, so it was not as perfect as the Light Summer, but it was still like a very, very good result on you. So a very good second best option for you. And here's again a little trick you can do with texture. So we said like in the Light Summer or it's similar to Light Spring, something that's shiny looks lighter. And now here we're looking for like this softness. So very, very low saturation. And here you can work with texture because everything that's very textured looks desaturated for our eye. So very small details where we have like very small ruffles, like this mesh overlay.
No trend right now.
So on trend. Everything that's knitted wool, because like every tiny loop of knitwear has its own little shadow, so it's like a very intricate pattern actually, very small. So yeah, tiny patterns as well work really well. Here there are different yarns mixed to create this very soft effect. Tiny patterns like Landcheck, or like you have like very tiny stripes, like very fine pinstripes on this blazer. And also everything like natural fibers work really well. So linen, wool, cashmere, amazing. And because it's like a natural fiber, it doesn't take colors uniformly when you dye them. And this is again amazing for making it appear a little bit softer, and the texture as well makes it look more softer. You can make the texture work for you here as well. And that also helps with like some people say, well, Christina, if I'm a soft autumn or a soft summer, these soft colors, they might look a little bit, because they're so desaturated, it could be seen as maybe it's just literally washed out. Maybe it's just a item I washed too much.
I think lots of people are afraid of pastels because of that.
And depending on what you work, you might want to appear like extra polished, and then it helps to communicate the softness with the material, because then it's when it's linen, when it's cashmere, when it's wool, it's obvious that it's not washed out because we didn't take care of the garment, but that is a high quality garment that just naturally has this color. I love this example in menswear, because so when Pierce Brosnan was James Bond, they just put him into like really dark menswear colors, but they usually made sure that the collar of his shirt is in his soft summer colors to make him look pretty still. And same for Hugh Jackman. For most of the time, stylists just put him into like really dark menswear colors, not really thinking like, oh, he looked manly anyway. Can't show you this, but on this picture we can see him on a press tour last summer. He was promoting a movie that was aiming at target audience were teenagers basically. And Hugh Jackman is in his mid-50s. So to make him look as dynamic and young as possible without making him look ridiculous, they really paid attention to his color season and mostly put him in soft summer colors. And again, knitwear. It wasn't like this promotion tour was in August and they put him in soft summer knitwear. So makeup wise, again, cool.
Yeah, I'm really surprised.
Cool, medium saturation, pinks that are slightly bluish, the rosewood shades for the lips. Look at the eyeshadow, it's also fairly natural, lots of taupes, maybe a little bit of grey, not too dark.
Yeah, makes sense.
Some people tell me, well, Christina, that might look a little bit boring, but you might see, so somebody like Kate Middleton, so the Princess of Wales, her job is really conservative, so she wears these true summer colors in like a very, very conservative manner. However, so Sabrina Carpenter, who's a light summer, or Angelina Jolie, who's also a soft summer, they have really sexy images, and you can tell it's almost the same makeup, it's just a little bit more.
To be honest, Kate Middleton is just the icon for elegance and
She
style.
is.
Who doesn't want to look like her? I think, I can live with that.
You can live with that. Fantastic. And even if you want to go for a more sexy look, you can tell that just the difference for you is like fairly small. So lots of people in the summer season will realize that basically the difference between just wearing a little bit of makeup and it's already a lot is just very small for you. So it can pay off to pay good attention to wearing your color season. Yeah, so one could say you just don't need as much makeup, Lena. Exactly, so just take a look at what we're not doing, just because that's sometimes easier. No orange, golden, goddess, bronzy
That's
items.
exactly what I'm doing now. Okay.
The only thing you were really a little bit bothered about was like the redness and some veins coming out, and this would trigger that. So you would feel like you might need more foundation than you actually do. So basically everything orangey is not a good idea. Now this is a little bit mean because usually how makeup is presented that you see all the colors at once that are offered. Our brain sees saturated colors first. So it might be that you think, oh, I need to wear cool colors, and then you see like these super saturated winter colors first, like the super bright reds or super bright pink. So you need to know like this little trick that, okay, you will see them first, but then you still need to check, is this the right saturation for me? Because this might just overpower you a little bit.
Yeah,
so I would love to.
Such a high contrast, you can see that. And I think if you don't have a dark hair, because all of them have a dark hair, that's why it works so well, I feel, with the red. But when you don't have this hair, it's a bit harder to do that. So of course I can also make myself like brows and everything, but I'm not gonna do that every day. So
yeah, this is definitely a look then. Yes, there are some people in the winter season with light hair, but you're right, it's a fairly rare thing. Yes, I would love to wear this kind of makeup like Dita Von Teese, but I'm a light summer as well, and it just doesn't look good on me. So yeah.
Yeah, like one of my, I think, icon people which I love is as her looks is Marilyn Monroe.
Oh yes,
the white, the high contrast with the red lips. I mean, yeah, that's like my, I wouldn't call standards. I don't wear or do the makeup like her, but she was like always. Yes, that's the image which I super like.
Iconic.
But it's cool to do something like that. I mean, and not for every day. So.
And then you need to be very precise with it because it's such a statement on you.
Okay, thank you, Christina, for the analysis. It was super unexpected. Now I'll have to incorporate that. And we promised some Q&A, and I came up with, at least in my head, I feel this is what people bothers. And the first one is what to do if you don't like your results. What would you recommend?
Yes, so there are some color analysts out there that say like, oh, fashion police, you have to wear your color season. Of course, please wear whatever you like. The thing is, your color season usually makes you look more harmonious and healthier. So if you need like a little pick-me-up, this is like a good thing to have in your pocket. If you want to wear colors that are not in your color season at all, a good thing to do is to wear them far away from your face. Because we realized that most effects that are important for how you are perceived are in your face. So if you want to wear something completely different, your handbag is a good choice. Shoes, fantastic, and shoes can do so much with an outfit.
And it's fun to have fun shoes.
It is. They usually don't change with sizes. It's fantastic. So shoes, handbag, trousers even, skirts, ties.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Since I still like dark colors and dark blue colors, I can stick more to the darker blue trousers. Jeans are, universal blue colors, darker. But then on top, I can go for more light summer, soft summer colors. Basically, the blue shirt, almost. Yeah,
close to your face.
It's gonna work. You just need to match a bit. I think that can be a good option.
And if you're working with German weather, a good thing when you want to start incorporating your color, it's a beautiful sunny summer day, actually, but it just started raining. So what would be nice to have? A nice scarf. So that's like the easiest thing. European weather, just wear a scarf in your color season, and you always have like, your first impression will always be really good because you're in your color season.
Yeah. Is it possible to change your colors? Like if you want to, you like specifically want to be, winter.
No, it wouldn't be possible in the Korean color analyzers. What you can do is, of course, you can dye your hair and then just wear lots of makeup to make it sort of fit. But usually, your skin tone shines through makeup. And also things like that, we realized how white the white in your eyes is. Things like that are really difficult to change. So I don't think you can't really change this. You can just make it fit more. So, and some people say, well, if I'm tanned, I can still see that my color season is the very best one, but maybe the gap to the second best one or the third best one closes in a little bit. So I wouldn't say you can change it like fundamentally. You can just make things work better for you with tricks like that.
That was another question. To do when you tanned, or if you want to be more tanned, does it change it drastically, or do you need to redo the analysis?
It depends. So if you do like a natural tan, that hardly changes because we saw like, you know, your skin tone is not just one color. And actually our skin is like very complex in structure. So there's like also like this light reflection thing we realized. And if you tan, you just change the color of like the very upper layer. So the change is not that drastically. And especially like a natural tan doesn't change your color season. What could change it is if you wear lots of self tanner, because that is usually very orange and it's very opaque. So it's almost like permanent makeup. So that can change quite a bit. Yeah. So self tanner would be the thing. And this is like one of the few things where I would say then it becomes quite difficult to do color analysis on you.
Okay, and then I have more personal questions for you. So basically tell us a bit, why is Korean analysis important to you? What value it brings, and how did it change your life?
How it changed my life would be, well, first of all, I started buying my color season. I knew what makeup to wear. I also quickly realized I needed to wear less makeup in order to look how I want to look, how I want to be perceived. So that was already really nice. But after a few weeks, I realized also that the really important part was not just to know my color season, but also to know what's not in my color season, what's not in my color palette, because then I stopped looking at these things. So I feel like, so I'm somebody, I love fashion and I like to dress well. However, it can be like a lot of pressure and lots of choices you have to make. And I felt a relief when I just knew what doesn't suit me at all. So I stopped contemplating.
It doesn't fit. Bye-bye.
It doesn't fit. I sold most of these colors by now that I used to have in my wardrobe that I stopped wearing. And when I want to buy something new, I just stop thinking about them. So it's actually really nice to have that headspace back. And I would say this is like one of the biggest things, that I just know what's not for me and stop thinking about it and have like more mental freedom.
For a lot of people, it can be so frustrating to go and shop, especially if you need something, like most cases, you need something and you never can find it, you know? And it's so frustrating with all the kind of materials, shapes, colors we have, all the trendy colors which pops up. I felt like with the yellow, as I said, I felt that it's not for me. And now we have this huge trend on butter yellow, which looks beautiful, but like, I don't know, I just felt that's not for me. And today we proved that, yeah, yellow doesn't suit. But a lot of people will jump on these colors and then they're gonna try and also don't understand what's wrong, why they don't get this Pinterest picture, you know, because they didn't thought about the colors which suits them, didn't thought about their goals and their personality. I think, yeah, this is
then it's not you, and it's, you know, it's just a color that doesn't suit you. It's not you who's not pretty enough or doesn't fit the trend or something like that. And I think this is like the thing that I like about this kind of Korean color analysis, that it's you do look good. It's just the color that can distract from you.
That's right. It's different from, you know, as some people like to say, oh, this color makes you fat or something. You know, that's horrible to hear. Like, why would you even say that? But of course, visually, colors can give you more volume here and there. And like the Koreans changed this perspective a bit. So yes, it doesn't suit you, but there is so many other colors which would just better, more harmonious to you. The problem is not in you, and not because, well, you are fat, you know. Okay. I heard that also in Korea, you come to this Korean analysis and they start roasting.
Yes, I do. So, and part of it is a language barrier and some of it is culturally. Some people are really confused that when I say, well, Korean color analysis, it's very kind. We look for colors that don't distract from you because you're already beautiful. And then online there are lots of videos where the color analysts in Korea, they really roast their clients. Like I said, some of this is like the language barrier, that so many Koreans speak some English, but it's just not as good. So it's everything sounds a bit more blunt. One part, and also they have like culture where basically it's okay to point out flaws more, and also like different kinds of flaws than we are used to. So it's completely normal in Korea that people tell you that you should lose weight, things like that. Whereas like in the West, we usually have this etiquette of if it's something that can't be changed in less than 2 minutes, you just don't mention it. Because the people will usually already know.
Oh wow, that's interesting.
Yes, it's a cultural difference, and also it's for a Korean it might not actually be an insult to be told that, oh, this color makes you look fat, for example, or this color makes you look like a peanut or something like this.
No, I don't want to be.
No, so this is like a little bit of a translation that I do, that I make sure to explain properly that it's a color that is creating an effect on you, and definitely not my client being suddenly fat or red or whatever it might be in that situation. Well, different cultures.
Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope I showed you something more about the Korean analysis, and thank you, Christina, for all your expertise.
Thank you for
and
coming.
Of course, I would really highly recommend to come here to Christina and do it for yourself, because of course we are all different. You have to see it in the mirror. And I will note here that I saw plenty of videos in the internet about color analysis and how they put different colors on their face. Honestly, often I did not see it through the lens of the camera, so I was like a bit confused. But now in the mirror you really see it. You really see it in yourself, how your face change, where the colors go, and how different you look. So that's why I do recommend everyone to do that and learn it about themselves. I think it's really interesting. But yeah, on this note, we're gonna close the video, and so thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and see you in my next fashion videos.
Bye bye.
Bye.